Going to be our last activity working with the CV curve tool as far as tutorials go. Okay, so now we're going to have you guys create a water bottle. Okay, and so we have this up here. Once again, we're kind of keeping in mind like a lot of our setup, yeah, which is going to be very much utilizing our guides if possible. Again, this is you do have the option if you want to just kind of eyeball this and like kind of guess the spacing, but again, image planes are super helpful if you want to stay accurate. Yeah, so feel free to use the image provided. All right, once again, we are going to start off in our front view. Yeah, if you remember the last time, we've already done two curves. We've already then revolved two cups. Yeah, so now we're on two bottles. I'm going to do the same thing that I did the last time, concentrating on the origin point. We're going to bring in our image plane. So if you can go view, image plane, import image. Yeah, so view, image plane, import image. This will allow you access to any files that you have on your computer. I'm then going to go ahead and click on the water bottle guide.jpg. Click on open on there. There's our water bottle. I'm going to kind of move this up, and then once again, using the scale tool, yeah, I'll scale this up until it's kind of the proportion that I'm expecting it to actually be in. Yeah, you'll notice that this angle for this water bottle is a little bit more accurate than the one that we had for the goblet, yeah, as far as the angle. So we may actually be able to kind of work off of like this angle right over here, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna rename this one to water bottle guide. Yeah, so in our in our outliner, yeah, if you can go ahead and name that. The cool thing about the water bottle is that we can kind of see through it, so we can actually get the structure of the bottom. If you notice, there is like a little bit of an indentation over here. This area would probably be our flat area, yeah. So that's the part that's somehow managing to keep the bottle upright. Okay, same thing though. Once you've created your, once you dropped off your image plane and named it, we're then going to jump right into our CV curve tool. Yeah, so go create curve tools, CV curve tool. We're going to start at the origins. This time we're actually going to move a little bit to the we're not going to start at the direct bottom, because again, you'll notice right over here it looks like there's a little bit of an indentation at the bottom of the bottle. So this is actually going to be our starting point. I'm going to click one time, and then it looks a little flat, yeah, so I'm actually going to kind of click it maybe two more times over here, and then kind of go out here and click it four times. Yeah, so this will be our straight line, one of our few straight lines, yeah, that we're going to kind of go in here and do. Okay, looks like over here we're going to create this one. So if you can do like a slight diagonal, yeah, that's going to be about 4 clicks. And then once we get to over here, we're going to start like doing, looks like it's a little bit curved, so I'm just going to kind of click, and then click, yeah. And this will be like as far as the indentation goes, we kind of have hit our mark, yeah, at that point. So you can kind of do that. Okay, this part looks like it's the flattest part. So what I'm going to do here is kind of click maybe 2 times, yeah. So we'll keep it somewhat straight, yeah. So sorry, I went a 3rd time right there. Okay, and then from here now we're just going to kind of follow the outline of the bottle, right? So you can kind of click. Again, remember, as you're clicking, what it'll do is it will kind of follow the shape of the bottle. I'm actually going to click a little bit outside, it looks like, and then right over here you kind of click right there. Not bad. I think I need one more holding edge though, so I'm probably going to go here and then right over here, yeah. So that kind of keeps this little curve over there. Okay, now this is where it gets a little bit you're gonna kind of, it's gonna get a little bit redundant, but basically we're going to be making each of our individual sections. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in, yeah, click a few times, go up, click a few times, okay, and then make the curve on the outside. Boom, 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 right over here. Okay, here's our separators. So 1 2 1 2, and then back up and around. Yeah, trying to keep the same pattern if possible. Yeah, and then 3. Okay, and then once again kind of solidify that. So 1 2, and then 1 2 3. Okay, up, around, yeah. A lot of this, like, I'm kind of just feeling this through. If you notice, you don't have to keep the same amount of clicks, but use this guide, yeah. Again, all we're doing is creating those individual, I guess this would be like kind of the grip points, yeah, on the bottle. Yeah, and then I'm making sure I double click anytime I kind of sense that there's a little bit of a division, yeah. Okay, so right over here. Okay, and then from here, it kind of looks like we're going straight upwards. Yeah, so I'm gonna lock that in. So click on that a couple times. Jump up to here, click on that, make sure that's fully straight. Yeah, so that one I'm gonna click like 4 times in a row. Okay, and then we're back to curving again. So 1, and then 2, then strengthen this, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, up and around. Yeah, probably getting the hang of this. In fact, I'm assuming you folks are probably not going step by step with me anymore. You kind of like feeling it out on your own, which is totally fine. Yeah, but pretty much the idea here is when we get to the top of the bottle, yeah, which is where looks like I'm at now. Yeah, so right about here. Okay, what we're then going to do is kind of bring this in. Yeah. Okay, now you may notice this is a little bit weird because we do have our cap, yeah, which is kind of tricky. Yeah, what that means is that we would actually have something that is like fully covered. Yeah, just to utilize this, if you were using for a lot of times, if you would be doing a bottle, you would actually make the cap separately. But for this process, I'm kind of okay with you folks just like kind of building through over here. Okay, this looks like this is about the top. And then right over here, sorry, I'm gonna go a little bit higher. So right up to here. Yeah, right about here. And then going across, yeah, so trying to make a straight line. If you remember, right, the bottle is like any kind of lens, it's gonna kind of angle it a bit. So it may look a little bit weird, but that's, yeah, I figured that's about a good spot to kind of create it at. Okay, and then again, remember your first clicks are gonna stay on your y-axis, so that's down over here. Okay, and then your last clicks also stay on your y-axis up there. Okay, now when I hit the return key, okay, we should now have a nice little curve over there. I'm gonna get my image plane. Once again, it served its purpose, right? It gave us our overall look for our pattern. Okay, but now that we have our control curve over here, okay, what we can then do is we can then revolve it. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to my surfaces, do a revolve. Okay, that'll drop us off over here. Okay, and then here's our bottle. Remember again, if you need to make any edits, yeah, just drag it out. Yeah, and then what'll happen here is if you need to, yeah, you can right click and go into Control Vertices. Yeah, and then you can use this to do any sorts of edits. Yeah, so if it turns out I need this to like thin, if I bring this out, okay, now we're starting to get more of a like a bleach bottle kind of look. Yeah, so something to consider. But yeah, and that would be kind of good though. And look, we even have the little opening at the bottom, yeah, or the indentation at the bottom. Okay, so again, that's for us to create our water bottles. Now notice again, the name of this assignment is going to be cups, bottle, and vases. Yeah, so what I'm going to ask you folks to do, yeah, is using these techniques that we're utilizing in here, see if you can make 3 vases. Yeah, they can be of any shape and size and proportion. The only thing that I ask is that each of the 3 vases look different, and also that you make sure that your vases are symmetrical. Yeah, it is very important that these vases are symmetrical because remember, we're spinning it or revolving it in place. Yeah, so if we do our revolve, we can't be having this be unsymmetrical, right? If it's not symmetrical, that basically means that that would be something you would actually have to sculpt, yeah, more directly. All right, but that's it. Yeah, so good luck on your 3 bases. Okay, and yeah, that's the CV curve tool basically in a nutshell as far as revolving goes.